One question that does come up every now and then is my influences and kind of how I arrived at my sound. So I'll give kind of a long answer right now, just trying to overview as much as I can, but I don't know, it would be cool to maybe dig into some specifics in the future. I grew up in New Jersey, public school system with some pretty nice, pretty standard band programs. I started with trombone and was first playing concert band music. Even at that age, I kind of knew already that I liked chords. I just liked the sound of nice chords. Once I started in middle school is when I was able to join the jazz band, and that was my first introduction to jazz music. So I'd say for that younger part of my life, kind of through my undergrad, I was really getting further and further into jazz music. I learned a lot of specifics at a great program, Jazz for Teens, when I was in high school. More and more I started learning about big band writers, Oliver Nelson, Thad Jones, and then eventually Bob Brookmeyer and Maria Schneider. And that was just my bread and butter. I would pretty much exclusively listen to that kind of music, and I was really just kind of closed-minded to a lot of other things. I really did not like pop. I did not really care for rock or anything else at the time. Classical, and it's embarrassing in retrospect, but I was really kind of a snob about it at the time too. Now I know tail end of high school and start of undergrad, I was first getting introduced to hip hop music. I liked a lot of more lo-fi stuff that had jazz chords in there, and a friend of mine introduced me to Tyler the Creator. I had a big Tyler the Creator phase, and I just always loved Tyler's honesty, and his lyricism and just personality, just being real upfront. I was also getting introduced to musical theater music by coincidence. Sondheim, Sweeney Todd Company, Into the Woods. I found these musicals and they just had so much amazing harmonic language and ideas, but beyond that too, lyric writing. That's when I really started to open my ears up to lyrics and just extremely clever writing all over the place with his stuff. Now from here, and this was the summer after my first year at Berkeley, I started a summer job at Walmart, stocking shelves overnight, and they had this loop of music on like a list that they had the rights to or whatever, but to play in the store, that they would not shut off. It would just cycle endlessly over and over again. And it's funny, but I honestly kind of credit this to some development for me, because I started being forced to listen to this music and I actually started to love so much of it. Some heavy hitters on this Walmart cycle were John Mayer and The Police, and a few country hits here and there too. Especially at this time, I started really digging into John Mayer, his first album, huge inspiration for me, Room for Squares. And I think that's probably where some of that desire to be more singer-songwriter came from. And coincidentally around this time was when I started really working on all the little songs kind of music that I do. I also want to mention what I consider like my big three: Lewis Cole, Jacob Collier, and Bill Wirtz. All these three dudes just kind of have this amazing amalgamation of incredible music, internet presence, videography, funniness, personality. And so yeah, I'm a real big dummy for those guys. Also in general, I think I've always been someone who's a little bit more quiet in the music sense, or more low-key. I'm never really the guy who's making bombastic, crazy, kind of stuff. Much more leaning towards the quiet end of music and more complex harmonically. And I think part of that too is this love for cute music. I think I'm just kind of a cute guy. I've been told that, not just me. And so a lot of video game music, Final Fantasy, etc., just have this really cute, quirky sound to it too that I know has always stuck out to me, and I really try to embrace that. So anyway, yeah, biggest thing is that I'm so glad I became more open to other genres eventually. And now I feel like I like so many different things, hip hop, trap, rock, pop, and there's just so much great stuff out there, especially now. New music that I have in the works right now, I feel like I'm getting influenced by soul music, Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, some James Taylor, and then just more singer-songwriter-y stuff too. So anyway, yeah, just a little overview of kind of what's influenced me. It's funny, I feel like my taste is pretty specific with some of these influences, and I don't share them with, I don't meet a lot of other people who kind of have these same inspirations, but yeah, I don't know, it'd be cool if there's other people out there who kind of like the same stuff I do too.